How you doing, guys? This is Hallow's Riddle, and so this is basically a Bruce Lee video. You could say this is like a part two because we did a Bruce Lee video in February, and the video literally the video just took off. The Bruce Lee video literally just took off, and I really appreciate that. That's just amazing how it just took off like that. It was amazing, literally, and all the comments started flooding through, and I started commenting back, and it was just absolutely fantastic. It's probably one of the best moments of my YouTube, should I say, hobby. I don't want to say career; it's a hobby, which is good. That's a good thing. So this is a part two of Bruce Lee. Now, basically, the only reason why I'm recording today of Bruce Lee because I've got to work all day tomorrow. It's now the 19th of July, and obviously tomorrow it will be actual anniversary of Bruce Lee's death. Now, I don't want to say it's a celebration of. I don't want to celebrate his death because it's not right. What we should be saying is we should be celebrating his life and the life he lived. And I've always respected. I prefer the way he lived rather than his martial arts. I love his martial arts anyway, but it's his life that he lived. I mean, the guy had it tough, and I've said this in the last video. So this is my little contribution to the man, the legend that he is now for the past 50 years. Absolutely incredible life. He had Linda Lee Cadwell, which is now Linda Lee Cadwell, and two kids, Brandon and Shannon. And to me, Bruce is the way of life. He always has. I mean, he's been in my mind, in my heart, for over 30 years. That's a long time, a long time. And as I say, not just his movies, but his how he's lived his life, and the man had it tough. And I've seen a lot of videos about different uh, say-sos, like they're now bringing out I'd entered the Dragon 4K, and I love to want that, but unfortunately I don't own a 4K player. I want to, because if I did, I'd be the first in line. And it's a lot of money to get. I think there's only a certain left. There's only a certain few left. I'm not too sure about that, but I could be wrong. But if you're going to get your hands on that, guys, let me know in the comment section how good it is. And I bet the pictures quality is absolutely amazing. Literally, I bet it really is. Especially seeing Brucey's body, you know what I mean? Properly ripped, literally ripped. But yeah. So this is basically a contribution to him. So obviously, as you know, Bruce Lee died on 20th of July 1973. He was born here. Well, not here, but he was born in San Francisco, and he was raised in Hong Kong. And he had a lot of fights in his life as he got older, and then he started to learn Wing Chun by master Yip Man. And you've probably seen the movies as well of Yip Man. I've never seen actually Yip Man movies, but I'd love to see him. And that was Bruce's master. And Bruce was always into fights. He was always in trouble at a young age. And his mother and father was worried about him. Like, if it carried on, we may have to call the police, kind of thing, because a lot of police kept coming to his house and wondering what was going on with him. And his father and his mother decided to maybe ship him off to San Francisco, on America, to start a new life with only over $100. Apparently, I think it was like $125 or something in his pocket from his father, and then off he goes, and he's doing his own thing. Apparently, according on the ship that he was on when he was traveling to America, he was teaching Is it cha-cha? He was a cha-cha champion. Cha-cha champion. I can't say it properly. And he was teaching that at first, and then he started teaching Wing Chun and what he knew, and a bit of martial arts, and his mixed inside it. And people, obviously, at the time was quite fascinated about what he was doing. So that's what took off. And obviously, as you know, he opened up his own schools. I think he had about two or three of them. One of them was in Beverly Hills somewhere. and maybe Hong Kong. I'm not 100%, but I think so. I think he had about three, and his career from then on just took off. And obviously, he was performing. He ended up performing at Long Beach. I think that was in California, but I could be wrong. It could be California, Long Beach. And correct me if I'm wrong on the comments, obviously. But if I'm right, come forward. We'll have a conversation. It'd be awesome. And took off from there, got recognised, and the rest is history. Obviously, did a lot of demonstrations with his 1 inch punch and his 2 finger push ups. Absolutely incredible. For a guy that weighed 140 pounds, amazing. I struggle to do that. I can probably do thumbs, but that's about it. And Bruce could do all of it. And maybe even one hand as well for Bruce. But Creed took off. It was overnight sensation when he starred in The Big Boss. He got released. That was it. Boom. That was his career on the path of stardom, basically. Obviously, his last movie was completed, Enter the Dragon. I believe it got released here in Britain in August the 15th. And I've just heard off my partner that they're releasing here in England Enter the Dragon again. Obviously, 4K, all in its splendour for Bruce to celebrate or remembering his 50th anniversary death. And they're going to do that, and I'm the first in line to see it. Now, before we carry on, guys, I did actually mention in the last video that I did have a few other things of Bruce Lee. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, if I show you, you're going to know what I mean, but I wish now that I didn't chuck the actual DVD box sets. But this is years ago, and I've had these for a long time, so as you can see, these are DVDs. I've got, can you see there? Fist of Fury, that's one. And these are like little collector's editions, you know what I mean? You got the Big Boss there, you've got Way of the Dragon, there you go. I hope you can see these pictures alright. Game of Death, of course. Not completed film, but it's there. And you've got The Legend, which is the very first one I actually saw of the documentary of Bruce Lee. That's quite sad, to be fair with you. There's the second part of it. That's Game of Death, second part. And you've got Hong Kong Legends. That's Fist of Fury, of course. And you've got 2 discs of Fear of the Dragon, which is obviously the Green Hornet. That's number 2 disc. And you've got The Man, the Myth, and the Legend. I think that's what it is. The Man and the Myth, Bruce Lee. That's a good documentary. And you've got Bruce Lee, Martial Arts Master. Let me know if you got these in the comment section, guys. And you got Bruce Lee, Path of the Dragon. That's a really good documentary. That's what I mean, guys. I know a lot about him. I've read about him. That's The Dragon, which came out in 1993. Wasn't starring Bruce Lee, of course, but it was like a celebration of his 20 years of death. 20 years. That was going back 30 years ago. Over. Master of Martial Arts. That is amazing. Is that it? Martial Arts Master. Sorry, yeah, Martial Arts Master. That's a really good in that, guys. Check that out. That's one of his new ones that came out, I think, in 2012. I Am Bruce Lee. That is amazing. And you've got the Bruce Lee Immortal Dragon. That's amazing as well. I believe this is the one where they're talking about his autopsy death. Check that out, guys, if you haven't. This one I got on eBay. Bruce Lee, The Forgotten Archives. That's awesome. It shows his interview on that as well. I think one and only interview. And he come out with his Be Like Water. Amazing. And this is my last one. Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do. That's a home video, guys. I believe that is the home video with Steve Coburn. Was it Steve? No, James Coburn. Sorry, not Steve. That's Steve McQueen. James Coburn. And there we have it, guys. That's obviously a lot of them. But I did have more. I do actually have a Bruce Lee top, but it was like a large on me. It's huge. It's massive. I was going to put that on, but I thought, no, I better not, because it looks stupid. But basically, this is, let's say, a part 2 of Bruce Lee, the man. I wish I could record this tomorrow, which is literally the 20th of July. Exactly 50 years. And it's quite upsetting, to be honest. I'm upset because I've always looked up to Bruce Lee, always. And like I said last time, that he's a way of life, and that's how I look at him. Like, he helps me in my mind. For obstacles and what I'm doing in my own life, and I use him And it does sound pathetic, it sounds stupid, but you know, people look up to everyone else. People look up to musicians, people look up to actors. Obviously, Bruce Lee was an actor. People look up to all kinds of people, you know, not just martial arts. Um, but yeah, it's great to look up to Bruce because he had, like I said, he had it tough, and especially for being a Chinaman back in the 50s and 60s, very hard. But this guy knew his shit. Like I said, I mean, he knew his stuff, and I don't think anybody's come close in 50 years tomorrow um, through martial arts. Not that I know of. Uh, there's not many. I mean, you've got Jackie Chan, you've got Steven Seagal's now off the map. I don't even think he does martial arts anymore. Jake Lovendam still goes, but he's getting on now. Uh, like I said, Jackie Chan and Jake Lovendam, even Jet Li and Chuck Norris, I were always looked up to, always. And obviously, not forgetting as well, Bruce Lee set stardom for Chuck Norris in the early years, which was Way the Dragon. The Cult. The Cult. That's his character's name. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it here, guys. Just letting you know that Bruce Lee is with me in my heart, always. And if you have any questions about him, maybe we can confirm. I'll tell you a little bit more what I know about him. And, you know, I'd love to go to Seattle. I think, is it Seattle or San Francisco? To basically see him in his graveside. To know that he's there. And, yeah, I'd love to see him like that. And probably talk to him in my mind that he's always been with me and that he's the way of life to me. And it sounds so pathetic, but I'm actually being serious. But he's amazing to me. He really, really is. Anyway, so let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think of Bruce Lee. If you're a lot older than I am and you've been around when he was around, tell me. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'd love to hear it. Even if you watched him in the cinemas at the time before he died, love to hear that. And what he was like in the cinemas. And I'm going to experience this shit in Into the Dragon when it comes to it, guys, which is out in August. And I'm going to go and see it. I'll be the first in line to go and see it, guys. Trust me, I'll be the first in line to see it, definitely. So I can't wait for that. I've seen the advert of Enter the Dragon, this new one. There's like a remastered version. It looks amazing. It really, really does. It looks brilliant. And I like how they've done it. It looks to me, if I've never even heard of Bruce Lee and I saw this shit on TV as an advert, never even heard of him, and I saw that, I'd be like, wow, I have to see this guy. This guy's amazing. Look at the speed of him. Look at his body. Look at the concentration. Everything. Amazing. So I'm going to leave it here, guys. This is Hollow's Riddle. My name's Liam. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Don't forget as well, smash those like buttons. Smash them like you've never smashed them before. Tell your friends, tell your family about me. This is Hollow's Riddle. Thank you very much again. This is the second part of Bruce Lee, the man, the legend, the myth, the everything. The man is just amazing. But thank you very much. Thank you very much for having the time to watch me talk. Thank you. Hollow's Riddle, thank you.